stands for Karl Marx and Lenin. Joseph Napoleon stands for Joseph Stalin, and Snowball stands for Leon Trotsky in the novel. Okay. Now, he also has some characteristics, parallel with or taken from Lenin. Lenin, because he's positive, and Lenin was also very positive, good. He had a good impact, a good influence on the people. People remember him, with reverence. So he has some traits of Lenin as well. Even after his expulsion, he is remembered by other animals, though silently and secretly. Trotsky was a political theorist. Who was Trotsky? He was a political theorist, revolutionary, and a leader of the Red Army. Okay, he's associated with Red Army. He was a leader of the Red Army. Remember this. You are going to doubly enjoy the novel if you read the history of Russian Revolution, because this is the backdrop, this is the backcloth, the backdrop of the novel. And if you read the history of Russian Revolution, just a brief one, okay, which runs into 3-4 pages, you would have an idea, and then you are going to enjoy the novel more. I said doubly enjoy it. So Trotsky, I told you, who was Trotsky? Was a political theorist, revolutionary. Who is a revolutionary?
Who brings about revolution.
Who brings about a revolution, right? And he was a leader of which army? White army or blue army or green army?
Red Army.
Red Army, very good. Yeah. After the revolution, he was involved in the Russian foreign affairs and policy making. Okay, he opposed Stalin's decisions and eventually was forced into exile from the Soviet Union. In 1929. Yes, because he did not, in the beginning, after the death of Lenin, they started ruling, Russia together in a way as political leaders. But Trotsky wouldn't agree with everything Stalin planned, and so he started opposing the policies of Joseph Stalin, and Joseph Stalin had him exiled from Russia. Then he settled elsewhere, say Soviet Union, you may say. So he was exiled from the Soviet Union. He resided in Mexico. Okay, where did he reside after his expulsion? His exile in Mexico. So he was assassinated by a Soviet agent in 1940. When was he assassinated? These are the important dates. That's why I'm saying you just read the history of Russian Revolution, the abridged one. Or you can read the summary. This is available on the internet. Read, then you will know these dates and all, and you will know the significance of Russian Revolution. So he was assassinated by a Soviet agent in 1940. Good. Most of the family members he left in the Soviet Union were arrested and killed. This is what happens. This is something very usual. If a person is caught, he is hanged, and his family members are also like tormented. And same thing happened with Trotsky's family also. And here also, we see there in animal form, Snowball has left, but some small animals like hens and all, they are treated as traitors. They are blamed for having a league with the Snowball, for having a connection with the Snowball, and that is why they are killed. Who are killed? The hens in the novel are killed. So you may say that they were a kind of family of Snowball. And in real life also, we see Trotsky's family was killed. The members were left behind, by him there in Soviet Union, and they were killed by the men of Joseph Stalin. He must have got them killed, surely. Okay. So who is the next one? Old Major, Snowball, and then you have Schuler, yes. Schuler is the mouthpiece of Napoleon. A very eloquent, a very clever pig, you know. Who is the mouthpiece? Mouthpiece is a person who puts forth the ideas of the leader. Napoleon is the leader, and he is the one who shares his ideas with the other animals. So he is a mouthpiece. He's like another of the three most important pigs. Who are the most important pigs? We have Old Major, we have Snowball, we have Napoleon, and besides them, the other most important pig, is Schuler. So like Snowball, he is clever and a good speaker. I told you he's very eloquent, and he is excellent in persuading the other animals. Leaders have to be good at this, and he has that, gift of the gab. He speaks well, he is able to persuade other animals. Means he is the one, who can turn white into black and black into white. This kind of animal he is. He ends up being Napoleon's spokesperson. Mouthpiece. Spokesperson and mouthpiece are synonyms. He delivers his orders, explains his choices, and tells lies to support Napoleon. Okay? He is, you may say, a blind follower of Napoleon, and whatever Napoleon says, whether it's right or wrong, he shares it with other animals and adds extra lies also in order to justify the sayings of the plans of Napoleon. It is also hinted that he reports back to Napoleon about what the other animals say. That is why some animals are massacred, some animals are killed. Why are they killed? Because he goes back to Napoleon and he would say that such and such animal did not agree with you or was whispering against you, things like that. He persuades the other animals to support Napoleon. This is his main intention, to persuade animals to support Napoleon, no matter how bad his rule is. Means Napoleon has to be accepted irrespective of all bad things. He lies, he twists the truth, distorts it, and takes advantage of the animals' bad memories. Because other animals, sheep, goat, and all, they are not very intelligent animals. So what does he take? What does he do? He takes undue advantage of their bad memory. Yes. So tell me one line about him. Schuler. Who is he?
Spokesperson of Napoleon.
He's a spokesperson of. Very good, Napoleon. Can you tell me one line more? Louder.
He conveys the messages of from Napoleon to other animals, orders from Napoleon to other animals.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good speaker, like Napoleon or like any other politician.
Like Napoleon? No, Napoleon is not a good speaker. Who's a good speaker? Old Major was a good speaker. Who's no more? Snowball has been a good speaker. And he is the best speaker, you may say. The most eloquent. Why? Because it is said in the novel that he can turn black into white and white into black. He represents propaganda, you may say. What does he represent? Propaganda. He represents media. Okay? The present media that you have. The media that you have, electronic, paper, or whatever. That time electronic media wasn't there, but the paper media was there. Okay, print media was there, I mean. So he in a way represents media, the rhetoric and loud media that is meant to arouse emotions and sentiments of people to win the support, to win their support. What does media do? Come on, what is the role of media?
To glorify something or to
Political leader, okay? They are in league with the political leaders, the ruling parties, and whatever the leaders of ruling parties say, they just justify that. They do not, in fact, they are supposed to give a true picture of things.
unbiased.
Unbiased. They're supposed to show reality, but do they show reality? No, they do not. That is why in the current scenario, in the present situation, people do not have faith. People have lost faith in the media, and I feel the media wasn't good even during the time of Russian Revolution also, or say 100 years ago, because Sculler is based on propaganda, is based on media, is based on rhetoric, and what do these people do? These mouthpieces, this spokesperson, they arouse emotions and sentiments of people to win the support of the people, to win their favors. So these are the pigs. Okay, one more is there. Minimus is there. Minimus, we are not going to discuss in detail because it's not that important. Minimus is yet another pig here in this line. Yeah, an important pig. For he's a poet. He's important only because he's a poet who writes the second and the third anthems, national anthems of Animal Farm after Beast of England. Beast of England was the first national anthem. It was called as first anthem. And who was the one who shared this anthem with the other animals? Old Major, Beast of England, Beast of Ireland. And who used to sing this anthem? Old Major tells that his mother used to sing this, and the other sows. That was the first. Now, when Napoleon has his rule, this anthem is banned, Beast of England is banned, and he has composed other anthems, two anthems which are sung by the animals. And he writes, poems in praise of Napoleon. Even these anthems are written to glorify Napoleon, in favor of Napoleon. Is it okay? So he creates poems and songs in praise of Napoleon. So these are the 4 pigs that we have 5 pigs that we have discussed. They play an important role. Now we may switch over. I have classified them. Okay, remember them. If you remember them, this way you can remember all the characters. It is easy to remember. You can remember pigs, then horses, and then human beings, and then other animals, Benjamin, Muriel, sheep, and all. So here, amongst the horses, who is the most important one?
Boxer.
Boxer. So we shall discuss Boxer first. Who is the Boxer? Is here? Yes, Boxer is a horse, stallion, and he is a tragic hero. He's a tragic hero. I call him a tragic hero. He's a tragic hero. The way you have, in Shakespearean tragedies. Who is a tragic hero? Tragic hero is the one, like who meets a tragic end, and who wins your sympathy, who wins your pity. Is a tragic hero. So he wins our sympathy, he wins our pity. We sympathize with him, we pity his fate, and that is why we call him a tragic hero. So he is a tragic hero of the Animal Farm. He is a hard worker, very diligent, strong, very huge, loyal, and he's also very caring. He cares for other animals. He doesn't care for himself, but he cares for others. Despite his poor health, bad health, he keeps on working. He doesn't stop his work. He keeps on. He continues working. And that is why, he ruins his health. He also fights bravely in both the significant battles against the humans. Can you tell me the battles? Yes, come on. The two important battles were fought. Two battles. There were only two battles, and both were very important. And they were fought against the human beings. The first one was the Battle of Cowshed, and the second one was the Battle of Windmill. And in both these battles, he fights and fights very bravely. Okay? Very bravely. Unfortunately, I must say, he's too loyal. He's too good. Too much goodness is also not good. This we see, in the context of boxer, in the context of this horse. So he's too loyal. The pigs take undue advantage of this and extract hard work from him until he collapses. Means they do not sympathize with him. They do not pity him. That boxer isn't well, so he should be exempted from hard work. He should be given due rest, proper rest, but they do not. As long as he is capable of working, he is taken hard work. Okay? So what do you see here? He's exploited by the pigs. He's exploited by Napoleon. He's exploited by Sculler. And when he collapses, like when he is of no use, they sell him to the horse slaughterer, to a necker, to a butcher, so that they can buy more whiskey. Now this is very pathetic. Is it not full of pathos? Whenever something goes wrong, he blames himself and vows to work even harder. He's so genuine, so nice that if something goes wrong, like like in the month of November there was a heavy storm, and as a result of that heavy storm, the windmill was destroyed. But he would say, "Oh, nothing to worry about. I would work harder. I would work harder." He blames himself sometimes. If things do not work well, he would say, "Well, okay, this was my fault. Now I would work better. I would work harder." And Napoleon is always right. Like his favorite slogans or sayings are, "Napoleon is always right. Number one, and I will work hard." This is important. I'm just writing it. Yeah, he keeps saying this. I'll work harder. And Napoleon, who is a thorough rake, say a villain, yet he says Napoleon is always right. Napoleon is always right. So these are, his favorite sayings, the slogans, you may say. So such a person, who is so nice, so genuine, who is so devoted, a diligent worker, is sold to a slaughterer, a necker, a butcher. So this thing is very pathetic. In fact, when you read it, like you cannot stop your tears rolling down your cheeks. They would. This is something very pathetic, the most pathetic in the entire novel. So he is the strongest animal and could easily fight off the pigs and dogs. They are the ones who exploit everybody, all the animals, pigs and dogs. He is the strongest, so he could easily fight them off. He could easily defeat them. He could easily thrash them. Yet he does not. Why? Because he is too used to taking orders. He's very obedient, very hardworking. He's very obsequious. He takes orders and he's used to taking orders. So he cannot go against the animals, the rulers, the pigs and dogs. He is a loyal and dedicated cart horse. There are two cart horses here, Clover and Boxer. So he's one of the cart horse, a dedicated cart horse. He's the strongest worker among the animals. Okay, the most he's very huge as far as the size is concerned, very brave, and also the strongest, very strong. He is loyal to Napoleon. Napoleon calls him his comrade, yet betrays him. Just think of, it's like, you too, Brutus. It's like that when he sold to the Necker, the horse slaughterer. Who is his companion? Boxer's companion?
Benjamin.
No, Benjamin. Yeah, you may say Benjamin is friends with, but Clover. Clover is actual. In fact, is a real companion. You may say Clover is a mayor. So Boxer and his companion Clover represent the working class. Working class during the Russian Revolution. You working class, like these workers, these laborers, they work very hard, yet they do not get sufficient food. Means they are not able to meet their requirements. They are working, yet they do not get proper food and proper resources to lead a satisfactory life, I must say. I'm not talking about luxurious life, not even a satisfactory life. So, who do they represent? Who do they stand for? They represent for they stand for or represent the working class. Working class. Liberals, farmers, you may say. The poor ones. They were exploited by the Tsar Nicholas II. Yeah, Tsar Nicholas II, remember this. Tsar Nicholas. Tsar, like some spell, you can spell it both ways. Either this or this, both are correct.